The other thing that happened to me in the 60s is that although I was at university, um, I also got married in 1965 when I was 20. And that was strange because part of the first 2 years of my degree, I was single, and then I was married. And I had to come home, and as well as do my work towards my degree, I had to cook and clean and iron and what have you. So, because we all got married so young in those days, and I think I kind of missed out on being a student for the whole 3 years. But I certainly felt part of it, but also on the edge of it as well. And I didn't have the time to get involved in what I wanted to get involved in, if you understand what I mean. It was a very tough time for girls from my background in the 60s to be at university. I always felt as though they would, detect my broad Yorkshire accent, and I hadn't realised that it's what you say rather than how you. It's how what you say rather than how you say it that's important. But it was tough, and it was certainly a man's world. I think there was only about 5 or 6 women in the whole of my year, all the way through university. But the one thing I do remember is going down to the clinic to get the pill, because I thought I need to get the pill before I get married. And because there's no way I wanted a family yet. I wanted to get my degree and go to teacher training, etc. And all that was the first thing in my mind. So I went down to the clinic, and I was so taken aback because she said to me, "Are you married?" And I said, "No, that's why I'm coming and get married in 2 months." And she said, "Come back when you're married." And I said, "Well, why can't I have the pill now? And what difference does it make now to 2 months' time?" Oh no, she wouldn't have it at all. In fact, I could see the judgmental look on her face, and that really made me angry. And when I went in to look at it, it was 1967 when everybody was getting the pill, whether you were married or you weren't married, and it was so trivial, all this sort of people judging you, being very judgmental, and I think they were then. I think it was our parents were quite judgmental about things like that. But anyway, I didn't get it until after I got married, so I had to put up with that. But all these things that were happening in the 60s about things about whether you were gay or straight, and that men could be put in prison, just appalled me. I'd always had quite a good friend, a chap called John, who I knew was gay, although he never openly said it. But he said to me, "I'm going to leave Sheffield, Denise, and I'm going to Leeds because I think it's a better gay scene there." And I thought, what's a gay scene? I don't understand what it is or what happens. So when I look back, I think how naive we were, really, and how you were drip fed all this information. It's not like today. There were no social platforms like there are now, and people on their tablets and their phones and what have you. You just had to rely on word of mouth. And I couldn't go home and say to my mum, "Oh, I'm really disgusted, they won't give me the pill," because I'd had nothing from my mum about sex, or she just presumed I knew it, and I didn't. you know, I was as thick as everybody else. And, you know, I just think that's sad, really, when I look back, because I think we did miss out. When I went later on, in fact, over this last 5, 10 years, I have done a lot of work with students, second year students at Sheffield University. And uh, in their a lot of them in their second year in communications, they do a subplot, sort of subgroup on politics and the 60s. And so I've been to talk to quite a few of them over the years, and I've had one-to-ones with them. And they're absolutely amazed at what we didn't know. I mean, they used to say to me things like, you know, did you touch drugs? I said, well, only paracetamol, you know, didn't have anything to do with anything else, because it was never there, it was never available, nobody spoke about it. And in a way, I hope, you know, you don't judge me by this, but I feel as though I would have liked to try them just once, just to see what it was like, because I've never had that experience at all. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, nowadays, you know, they find that so hard to believe. But this work with the students has been very beneficial, I think, on both sides. So, you know, I hope to carry on doing that, because it was through the U3A.